A cheating husband has accused his wife of aggressively attacking him years before she allegedly drove into him and his mistress. Christie Lee Kennedy, 37, had been married to David Larkin for almost a decade when she discovered he was having an affair in March 2021. She allegedly then got into her BMW SUV, tracked down her husband using a phone locator app, and hit him in Zowie Noring at Wavell Heights, in Brisbane's north. Read more. Diana's last moments. French doctor recalls tragic night. Kennedy got out of her car, grabbed Noring by the hair and punched her in the head while screaming obscenities, the district court was told. Larkin said there had been aggression in the past from his wife. Years earlier she hit him in the back of the head and ripped his shirt off during an argument, Larkin said. She grabbed me and said, "You are not going anywhere." She continued to try and stop me from leaving, he said. But defense barrister Penny White said Kennedy was the only one who was injured during the argument, suffering a rolled ankle that prompted her to visit a doctor. "You didn't visit doctor, though, did you?" "No," White said. "You are doing everything you can. I would suggest to paint yourself as a victim here and my client as the aggressor." Larkin replied, "I did not harm her." White then took Larkin to task about telling a hospital social worker after he was hit by the car that he was just friends with Noring. Larkin had told the court on Monday that he had been having an affair with Noring but only been intimate once. However, he said on Tuesday his memory of the hospital stay was foggy due to medication. "You told her, social worker, that Christie thought that you were seeing someone else, but this was not the case and she, Noring, is just a female friend, remember that?" White said. "Surely you are not saying you were so under the influence of drugs you didn't know that you were more than a friend with Zowie at the time?" When pressed, Larkin said, "I believe you would interpret that as being a lie, I guess." The jury on Tuesday was shown CCTV footage from a nearby home of the incident. White suggested to Larkin that Kennedy asked if he was okay after the incident as he lay dazed on the road. "You said yes. I can't believe you just did that to me," White said. She said, "I am sorry, but I can't believe that you did that to me either." But Larkin said, "Possibly. I had just been hit by a car, I can't be sure." The court heard Kennedy had allegedly tracked down her husband and ran him over along with his lover, moments after discovering the affair. Kennedy then got out of her car, grabbed the mistress by the hair and punched her in the head, screaming "Fat Ma," Brisbane District Court was told. Noring said she could recall being held by the hair and punched multiple times by Kennedy after she was struck by the car and regained consciousness. "I was being called, excuse my French, you're F-ing Fat Ma," she said. White told the jury, she, Kennedy, found herself in a position no one would want to be in. She found out that her husband was having an affair with another woman. The events that followed from that realization all happened in a matter of seconds after she found out. Kennedy accelerated towards them in her BMW SUV, driving on the wrong side of road for some time before hitting the pair, Crown Prosecutor Jennifer O'Brien said. "The footage will show that they were lined up and hit and rolled off the bonnet," O'Brien said. U.S. Open, de Minaur advances to second round of U.S. Open. There was no attempt to swerve away or correct course to stop her from hitting the pair. Put simply, the defendant drove her car, a large and powerful object, and ran them over. Larkin said he had been speaking to Noring for a few minutes before he heard a car accelerating erratically and looked up to see his wife's BMW, which he identified due to the personalized plates. He said the next thing he remembered was coming to on the roadway. Larkin suffered head cuts, arm and leg bruising and swelling, rib pain and a dislocated finger. Noring was treated for head cuts, abdominal pain, arm abrasions as well as thigh and ankle injuries. Larkin said he had met Noring years ago through friends but had become close in the weeks prior to the incident after they had both been through traumatic events. He described his marriage as fairly rocky but initially denied sleeping with Noring before conceding he had been cheating on his wife. "We were having an affair, if that is how you want to describe it," Larkin said under cross-examination. Kennedy pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of unlawful assault causing bodily harm. She pleaded guilty to unlawful assault. The trial before Judge Tony Moynihan continues.